Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see everybody in here. Pam, you're number one. Yes, there you go. APG, how are you? We're doing good, girl. Doing good. God bless. That's that is something, right? Um, Bumaket. I think that's the name. I think so. I don't know. Might want to correct me on that. It is APG. You are number two. Number two. God bless. And Ginger Snap is number three. Yes, there we go. Hi, PG. Hey, hey, hey to you, girl. And 70s Gal, you are number four. All right. Hello, PG mods in chat. Hello, hello, hello to you. God bless. God bless. And check it out. PG's number five. All right. I'm kidding. But every night, open panel here. You can take the link, come up, hang out. Always glad to welcome you up here. Always glad to see you up on panel. So do not hesitate to grab that link and come up and hang out if you want to. Hey, Granny's house, how you doing? Miss Justice, God bless. Good to see you in here, hun. Absolutely. Oh, Granny's house, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Purple hearts for summer. God bless. God bless. How you doing, Brandy? Karen. Hey, Crime, how you doing, Linda? Sharon. I'm getting down through here. Mommy is 6. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Hello, PG. Hello to you. God bless. Lisa, how you doing tonight? Let me keep going. Oh, there's Flintstone Pearls. How you doing tonight, sweetie? God bless. Good to see you in here, my brother. God bless. Zelda, how you doing tonight? Says hi all. Much love to you. Hey, nerdy girl, good to see you, hun. IPG and everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hoota. How you doing tonight, sweetie? God bless. APG, hey, hey, hey to you. Hey to you, Ruby Rainmaker. Hey, girl, I love that. Hearts and prayers for summer. God bless. God bless. Good to see you in here. Our bucket list has holes. How you doing, hun? Let me get on down through here. There's Roxy. There's Roxy. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. PG, much love. Much love to you, hun. Much love to you. Okay. I'm pretty much at the bottom almost. Oh, our bucket list has holes. That is beautiful. Summer's Army. I appreciate that. I really do. I really, really do. Hoot, that is beautiful. A, raised in the boondocks. Good to see you, girl. PG and chat. Much love. Much love to you. Much love to you. Love the purple hearts for summer. God bless. Aw, nerdy girl, that is so sweet. That is sweet justice for summer. Amen. Amen. And you know, I truly believe, I truly believe we're going to get it. I really do. I think we're going to get on justice for summer. This chair I am sitting in is just like driving me crazy because it keeps touching the desk. I told you guys I had moved everything around. Well, I moved it back. And, you know, when you move it around, you get used to where it's at. And then you move it back around because you think you are used to that and you find out you're not. So, you know, who knew? Who knew? But anyway, I can't really sit in a chair that long anyway, right? I'm so used to being up and running, so it doesn't matter. I'm probably giving the chairs much crap as it's giving me right now. Hey, Brandy, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Common sense. God bless. Hey, Grandma 3, that's beautiful. God bless. Good to see you in here. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll get used to it. Yeah, when you're used to standing and running and doing, sitting, you know, especially a chair that's like, not cooperating with you, right? It's not cooperating. Can get you a bit frustrated, to say the least. Oh, that is so sweet, Rouge. Said, how are you doing, Pam? That is beautiful. God bless. Oh, blue-eyed dumplings, there you are. There you are. Saying, hey, Ronald. Yeah, I see you, girl. I see you. Anyway, it's been a long day. It's been a long day for PG. Hey, Ronald, good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. My son, according to Day. Right? everybody in here is my kids, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles, right? My brothers. There's something. They gotta be something to me. They gotta be something to me. Or according to Day, they wouldn't be in here. Hey, Texas Brad, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, it's good to see you in here, Crooked Arrow. Good morning, friends. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. I can see that you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. All right. All right. I'm going to jump right into it. I know that most of you, I don't know if most of you seen, or I did see a few of you, and Andrew's chat this morning. I did go there. I did go upon panel, and hang out for a little bit. He is going to ask H, if indeed the truck cap was on that particular day. So I'm glad that he is going to ask that for us. But somebody else that would have that answer is Jody Sue. Jody Sue would know if the truck cap was on or off of Grandis's vehicle when Candace came down off the hill. I would like to know the answer if that cap was on or off when Jody Sue saw her coming out to was just talking to Don and coming out on the road as Jody Sue was looking for Summer. So Jody Sue would hold that information as well. So I wanted to come in, show you guys a little bit of what I've been researching. The thing is we all out here need to learn to get along. We really do. All of us creators who are truly for the victims, who are truly doing the right thing for the right reasons. We really need to all join hands. I mean, most of us have. There is a few that I feel could get on board, but for the most part, the biggest majority of us have joined hands in peace, love, kindness, and caring, and that's what what this should be about. And we are working together for the greater good of the children, the missing children. um, as all of you are working for the greater good of the missing children as well. And I so appreciate that. I absolutely, positively appreciate it. Um, I think that, uh, not just the creators, but I think that, I think that all of us as a whole, mods, chats, creators, everybody, um, each each one of us play a big part in all of this. You might think that, you might think that you don't matter, but you do. You do, because your one makes all the rest more powerful. So your one is, you do not understand, the value of you being here for Summer Moon, Utah Wells, and other missing children. We all play a great part out here for these missing children, each and every one of us. And the greatest and the best thing we can do is learn to hold hands and and set all of our differences aside and try to, you know let us try to get along as one big community for all of these missing children. That would be really super beautiful to see. um, to be honest, it would be beautiful to see. A Common Sense 101, how you doing, sweetie? Much love to you. Much love to you, hon. um, that's what I would like to see. um, instead of all the hatred and people coming at you sideways. Doesn't need to be, need to be done. um, I have a particular um, somebody right now. I don't even know if you could call them um, a YouTube creator, um, or not. Probably, I would say not, but you know, trying to come sideways to get some attention again. But I'm gonna drop that like a bad habit. I'm gonna drop it like a bad habit. I'm gonna tell you, but I am going to say this. Nobody tells me what to say or do ever, ever. I'm not a puppet on a string. Nobody controls what I say or do. You all know that. And also, I'm not going to tolerate someone telling me or, coming at me sideways, to say what I can and I cannot say or what they've asked me to do or not do. I will do as I damn well please. I just want to put that out there. I will do as I please. Don't, for this particular human being that, thinks that they have, wants to play victim and cry like a baby after they came after me, bashing me for months and months and months, right? Not only on their pathetic little channel, but also upon day after day after day. Um, I'm not going to tolerate it. I didn't even know who this person was until they got so belligerent that I wasn't able to overlook them any longer. So, it is what it is. But I'm just going to put it to rest right now, right here. If I feel like, I will talk about whoever I damn well feel like talking about. That's what I will do. And, get over it. Get over it, crybaby. Get over it. It is what it is. I love you, PG. God bless. Hey, 70 Gal. I appreciate that. God bless. Absolutely. But yeah, um, I don't I don't think that people understand that, I am not out here to please or appease any humans whatsoever. I'm just not. I'm out here for these missing children. I'm out here to seek the truth, find the truth, and see if we cannot help find and bring these children home. Summer being number one. Um, this is her channel, put together by God for Summer. And we all work together and run it to do our best to keep this baby in the spotlight, do all the things needed for her. And, you know, I'm not going to, let someone play victim when they totally and utterly are not a victim whatsoever. They're not. It's just, it is what it is. And yes, I mentioned her name because, a subject came up to where their name indeed, you know, was in focus. And yes, I did mention it. And I do not care. I do not care. You know, Bob G, as I've said before, you can bob up and kiss the backside of PG's rear end. That's what you can do. That's exactly what you could do. Just get over it. Get over it. Stop the crying and stop acting like a victim when you sit over there and you totally and utterly bash me until the point that I could not even ignore you any longer. And now you want to cry. Forget about it, because I have all of that. All of that. I downloaded everything. So, I'm not bashing no one at all. Your name came up for a reason in a conversation, and big deal. You made your name public out here, and therefore it can be used, and there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. You made yourself a figure out here. Live with it. Live with it. And you also made all of your information public. So what can you do? Nothing. That's what you can do. Nothing. One thing I do know is the law. I know the law, Bob. Don't worry about that. I absolutely, positively, definitely do. And so get over it. Stop threatening me with your penny ante day. Everybody's going to sue everybody. Go sue, 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 sue. Whatever. It sounds like you're calling a pig. Sue, sue, suey, sue, sue, suey. Right? Sounds like you're calling a pig. That's what those words are for. So just stop it. Stop it. Ain't nothing you can do but, go back to what you do best. Bash people, right? What you do best. Man, you better learn about countersuit, because I got receipts on who came at who first. Who came at who first, right? Think about that. Think about that before you speak. Hey Karen, I appreciate that. God bless. And then you have those know-it-alls that are not there when Summer went missing, yet they are quick to judge and act like they know the truth about that day. Keep doing what you do, because it helps to find Summer. I got you. And God bless, girl. God bless. Yeah. I think you're probably talking about the ones like Lisa K, right? Lisa K. That's been pretty good about running her face out here lately. She's been pretty good about running that face lately. I mean, that's a woman, man. You say up, she says down. You say over, she says under, right? Totally and utterly ridiculous. Totally and utterly ridiculous. I'll be honest with you. She used to be here. Only reason I half tolerated her was, because of someone else that was here at the time, which, is also now gone, um, due to the fact that, you know, uh, to my understandings, her and Lisa Kay were working together, um, right, uh, behind my back, actually trying to, if you friends like that, you don't need no enemies. That's all I can say. And so, you know, I basically got rid of both of them. And, but at least I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her, when she was here. I mean, you guys do not understand how much patience it takes to put up with that particular woman, right? Because you say up, she says down. You say over, she'll say under. She knows it all. You know nothing. I know she knows nothing. She knows nothing about Rose's case whatsoever, and she knows sure in the hell knows nothing about Summer's case. That's for sure. So it is what it is. But you're always going to have, you're always going to have those people that, I'm going to tell you what. For every one person that's normal minded out here on panels, up on the panel, talking about missing children's case, it's been, to my experience, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. But for everyone that, is level headed with common sense and actually, does their research and everything to help these missing children the way that you should be doing it. There is a whole lot that are, they're just like touched, right? They're touched in the head and touched by something. I don't know what the hell it is, but, what I'm saying is they ain't right upstairs. They're, the freaking attic is empty. And no, there's no light on up there either. So, what can I say? It's really, it's really weird it's really weird. What I'm saying is these are people I would not listen to at all about a missing child's case. I just wouldn't listen to them. It's like, oh, hell no. I mean, you're dealing with so many different types of issues and weirdness, your mind just ain't right. And you're out here basically for no other reason than, click, likes, and views and what you can get to continue, your substance abuse or whatever the hell's going on. But this ain't about these missing kids. It's about them, right? It's about them. And them needing a little kickback for some more whatever's, making them so messed up like they are. I don't know. But anyway, you have Benny right now, right? And you got Tiff along with him, little Tiff. And they're sitting there, picking on the lab, right? I'm gonna talk about that a little bit too. They're sitting there talking about the lab and which is, a real oddity, right? It's a real oddity that them two are just odd, period. But, what's even more odd is, to see where that relationship, that relationship took off like wild horses going heading south, right? And honey, let me tell you something. It didn't stop. It just howled. It went on through the south into I don't know where, but it was gone. And it took a long time for it to come back, right? It took a long time for it to come back. You know, him and Tiff got into some kind of romance thing, and then the next thing you know, he's saying, stuff like she's sending pics, of a wild cat that looked like it'd been pretty. Um, Somebody used it for like a mop or something like that. I don't know. He was saying some crazy things. Hey, girl, if you want to come up, you want to close the camera, I'll bring you up. But yeah, he had that to say as well. What's up?
Hey, Peachy, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself, sweetie?
I'm fine, I'm fine. Just popping in to say hello.
Well, I appreciate that. God bless.
Yes, I've been following this case from the day Don was in his first interview.
Oh,
Ever
yeah,
since I've watched it every day.
I appreciate that. God bless. And
Yeah, poor little Don.
you from England?
Nope, not from the US, not from England. I'm
Where
a
are you
bit
from?
nervous now. It's my first time on panel, so
I absolutely adore your accent. You have a beautiful accent.
thank you. English is actually my second language, so if I make
Yeah,
some tense mistakes or anything, must just excuse it.
I was I. It sounds um like a British accent.
A what?
It sounds like a British accent. Like,
No, no, I'm not near Britain. I'm from South Africa.
oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I've
Or
tried
that
once to come up
could
with
be.
the panel way back, but I couldn't shut the camera off, so I didn't come up, or the camera wouldn't work. So, but now it's the first time. Listen, PJ, I want to ask you something. It's just something that bothered me from the start. Not bother me, but I'm curious about it. That for sale barrel that Summer was dancing in front in the rain.
Yes.
She wore that little butterfly dress that's oversized in any case. Um, isn't the butterfly a sign for the what do you call it, the pedos?
Um, I understand that it's the panda bear is supposed to
Yeah,
be.
but Chris McDonough had the show just before his channel went down way back, and he spoke to a guy that was an expert on these pedos, and they said the butterflies were also one. And so I googled it, and there are pictures, but it's like funny. It's butterflies, but not real butterflies. So I was just curious for sale barrel butterfly dress. Could that be also a sign that they did put her up for sale?
It could be. It could. I truly.
I tried I tried to get that live from Chris, but it was taken down when his channel was taken down.
I truly believe that when she was dancing in front of the for sale barrel, I truly
Yeah,
believe it was a stage read. Due to the fact,
yeah.
if you watch the video, you could see that she was being directed which direction to
She
go
was
in,
she was paraded for
and
some transaction, I think, in
she
my
kept
opinion.
absolutely, and she kept looking for
Yeah,
to be instructed.
yeah.
So I know that was a stage, a stage read right there. And also, Another thing that I took note of, did you notice that in the um, video she twirled? Did you notice she
Yes,
twirled? Well, at the
yes.
time she goes, when at the time she's twirling, I'll bring that video back out. I'll try to bring it back out tomorrow night, God
Ah,
willing.
okay.
Um, but if you take note to when she went and she does the twirl, um, she's being. If you go to that particular time,
Yeah, you
you'll
can
see
see, I
that
can
she's
really
looking
see that
at the
someone
camera.
is telling her what to do.
She's looking directly at the camera,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
she does the little twirl thing, the twirl thing. And I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, that's one of the things that Donald talked about, right? That she twirled. Remember, she would hold my hand and just
No,
twirl and
God.
twirl.
Yeah,
In that
same old
video,
stories.
she had been instructed to twirl.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
um, I think that I think, and his voice is in the video, believe it or not.
Yeah, in the
You can
background. Yeah, I
see the
heard
video.
that.
So what I'm thinking is, no, she didn't hold your hand and just twirl and twirl and twirl. When you
Mhm.
was talking about the little twirl thing, that's what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were instructing her to do in that particular video, and
It's,
that's why
I
it's
agree with that one.
that's why it's stuck in
And
his mind. Yes.
if if I'm correct, it's 880 days today. Yeah, that
Yes.
she's been missing. It should come
Mm-hmm.
to an end, really. I don't know what's. Oh, my husband's getting frustrated with me because always on my tablet, whatever I'm doing, somewhere else, somewhere else, somewhere else. And I've got my theories, and abduction is not one of them.
Right. Um, I don't believe. I'm like Ronnie. Ronnie said no signs of an abduction.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Pruitt said, if she would have wandered off, we'd have definitely found her, or at least signs that she did, and they didn't. So the only thing left on the table right now is actually foul play. And foul play means
Yes.
110 Ben Hill Road, no place
Mm.
out.
In my opinion, it could be a solder for some solder, or there was an accident cover up.
A lot of people believe accident cover up. That's what initially at the very beginning of all of this, that's what I was suspecting as well, due to the mother's, erratic behavior and temper and so forth and so on. But the more that we researched it and the more we did, um, and farther we got down the road here, it started, more pieces of the puzzle was coming in. And once you take everything, all the, observation and research and information, and you put it on the table and arrange it, basically it comes out that it looks like trafficking is what it
Yeah,
looks.
yeah, and the shape, and also what Mary told in the beginning, what she think happened.
I think Mary was really on point from day
Yeah.
one. And but I think she was really on point due to the fact that she was raised with this monster. She, and
Oh,
she knew him. She knew him, and his capabilities, um, far,
he's
what she
bad.
knew
Oh,
far surpassed what we know,
he's bad.
right?
Yeah. No, I don't
So,
have any respect for them or the sidekicks that's covering for them or anything. So,
right, right. Hey, Cindy, I appreciate the super chat. God bless. And yes, I did hear through the grapevine what Candace was saying, um, in the chat. It was pretty disgusting, right? Pretty disgusting. I guess, And now, well, that's one way, you know, one just another way to save money um, for their substance abuses, right? Um,
Mm,
you know, she mentioned that you know Don doesn't ever wear
yeah, clothes.
underpants,
Yeah. Oh,
and
gross.
I would say probably no one up there was getting any of those, and that's pretty disgusting.
Oh, I can't stand that man. The worst thing of all is last week, his birthday on the 14th, I think. Yeah. And my husband and my son's birthdays are all on the 14th. I'm going to change their birthdays.
Yeah, they're they born in November or different months.
No, November, last Tuesday.
Oh, so
Both on the 14th of November, yeah.
wow.
Yeah. And when is Candace's birthday? The 4th or the 6th of May.
I believe hers is the 6th. Summers
Okay.
is Summers is the 4th of February.
Yeah,
Um,
but thank God I missed that 6th of May. I was born on the 5th of May. So,
oh, wow, it's getting close to home, right?
oh, no, it's bad. Okay, Peter, I just wanted to say hi.
I
I love
appreciate.
your show, and Justin is my favorite also. Listen, the other thing is we've got a time difference of 7 to 8 hours. I think it depends where you are in the US. It's what time is it now? 8:30 in the morning by us. So I don't know what time it is, but my son also works in the United States, and my brother lives there. So I'm on. Yeah, I've been there once in 2006. I went to visit my brother. That was an experience. So now
When I
I'm gonna
first,
follow this till the end.
I appreciate that. You know,
Yeah, and
you
another
can,
thing, because of the time difference, PG, I miss so much of your content because I can't watch when you go live. I'm asleep, whatever, and when I wake up, it's been privated.
oh, I'm
You know,
sorry.
it's so
Yeah.
mad. No, it's not only you. There's lots of creators that do that.
Um.
So then you
Well,
miss some pieces of the puzzle. But I
I,
know normally it's because of some politics and fights and everything. But I love the way you put people on their places and curse in a nice manner. Not always the nicest words, but on an but yeah. Sometimes you need to talk the hard talk. So
sometimes you have to. It's not that you want to; it's that they put
yeah,
you in a position to where you have to.
and
And
then they're not even listening.
and well, I think they listening, but they want to play the victim. They come at you
Yeah,
sideways, and
the,
they literally bash you and bash you and bash you until
oh,
you
they
can't
provoke
turn
you.
a blind
Yeah,
eye
they,
from it.
yeah, they
Yeah,
provoke you.
yes. And as soon as you defend yourself, somehow they become the victim. I haven't quite figured that. It's like, make that make sense, right? And
Yeah.
I, but that's how they play it out here. That's how they play it.
But
But
of course, the biggest victim in all of this is Don Wells himself. Oh my word!
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah. He
telling
plays
you,
the biggest victim of all, right?
and the way
Uh,
he doesn't answer questions directly. It's always the same old story every time.
the same
I'm
BS.
sorry, my
Absolutely.
daughter is missing. My daughter is missing. Why do you be so nasty to me? Oh,
Right. She wouldn't want you to be nasty to me. Well, um,
oh,
in my opinion, she wouldn't want you to do what you all have done either, but you did it.
oh. I know
We
you
did it.
mustn't like people, but I have an intense dislike in that man and that woman. Oh, it's
Mm,
bad.
heard that.
Oh well, I'll give someone a chance to come up. Just wanted to say hi and introduce myself, and I love your program.
Hey, I appreciate it. I really do. And God bless. God bless. I appreciate you coming
Thank
up here
you,
and hanging out
PG.
with me, spending some time with me. It's wonderful to have
Okay,
people come up on panel and just hang out. Absolutely. Um,
okay, and the same to you. Hello.
you don't have to leave if you don't want to. There's plenty of room up here for. I mean, this panel
Okay, I
holds
can
like 10
stay. I
people.
can stay a bit. I listen to what you're saying and everything. I don't have
But
anywhere to go right now.
you know, if you want to stay up and hang out, you're more than welcome.
Thank you. I will. But I don't do chat. I normally I just work from my phone while I'm doing some work in the house so I listen, but I don't do chat. I don't chat.
Yeah, I heard that. A lot of people don't do chat, I guess, because you know, um it's it's a lot for them. It's a lot for them to write, and then also like you can, you know, I think you're allowed up to so many, you know, letters, and then you're cut off, and that agitates a lot of people as well.
Yeah, if you
But
chat
you know,
and you put your opinion there, then sometimes they just attack you because you're not a regular
not
contributor.
not in this chat they won't. Not in this chat they won't. This is America over here. Um, nope,
The
not
land
here.
of the brave and what's it? The land of the brave,
Uh,
of the
I
free.
understand that
What do
a
you
lot
always say?
a lot of creators do that. A lot of creators, you
Yeah,
know, if you're not if
that's
you
not
don't
their favorite. Yeah,
if you don't think the way they do and the way they want you to and answer things the way that you know they don't let you be
yeah.
who they don't let you be who you truly are. They don't let you have you can't say what you truly feel. And
It's
you know
like Friday.
eh,
All opinions are welcome as long as my opinion comes from your mouth. That's how she
exactly,
thinks.
exactly. And you know, over here we don't do that. Over here, everybody has, you know, everybody. We love you for who you are, and you have the right to feel however you want to feel, think how you want to think, and say what you want to say.
Yes.
There's no restraints here. You're not going to get timed out unless you're doing something super, super, super bad. Like, you know, if you came here to start problems and everything, and you're given a lot of trouble, then yeah, my mods are probably going to block you, and that's okay with me at that point. But as long as as long as you're, you know, um, as long as you're
Respectful.
just having your opinion and your say, then you know it's all good, and we all get along great. At the end of the night, we hug it out. We agree to disagree. We hug it out. We move on. We're back tomorrow, and back together with love, kindness, peace, and caring, and just doing what we do best. And you know, that's keeping these children in the spotlight, staying on law enforcement, doing all we can to get them found, brought home, and justice served. And it's beautiful here. You know, we actually God put this channel together for summer, and God created a channel here that we all wish we could have had everywhere else. And you know, I think that's the great thing about it.
Yeah. You and Justin are my favorite.
How you doing, Crooked Arrow? How you
Hi,
doing,
Miss
bud?
Sherry.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you guys?
We're doing good. How about
Um,
yourself? God bless. Much love, sweetie.
Love to you guys too.
you're the
I'm so
YouTube
glad.
legend.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. You know, we everybody needs to get along. We all need to get along. We should
Amen.
support each other, not tear each other down.
Exactly. Exactly. I
So
agree.
I'm so glad to hear. I like to tease you and stuff, prayer guard. You know that. But
I know.
you know, if something were to happen to you, I would be devastated.
Hey, same goes.
That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. You don't have to
Touche.
agree with everybody, but just
Touche.
be respectful. Be
Yes.
respectful.
I, for, it's the best thing we can all do for these missing children. But most of all, it's the best thing we can do for one another as well. You know, nobody wants anything except for people to like them. And people will like you
Most yeah.
if you become likable. You know, you can't come sideways at someone and expect them to like you. You have to treat people with respect, kindness, caring, and love. And and if you do that, then I haven't ever went sideways at anyone first. It's not, it's just not in my genetics. I don't do it. People usually come at me and they come at me, and even if they're coming at me, I really do try to ignore them and not give them the space, that they're trying to get. But
Yes.
sometimes they just won't give up, and you have no, they leave you no alternative but to retaliate or basically defend yourself.
Defend yourself.
And
Defend yourself. And I don't know why we should have to go around defending ourselves when we're not doing anything wrong anyway.
right, you know, exactly, exactly. I have gotten so much hate for doing what? For doing what? Keeping a little 5-year-old girl in a spotlight and calling out the truth and doing
Yeah.
everything needed you know, to keep this case alive so that she can be found, she can be brought home, she can get justice. I mean, what have I done so horrible that makes people, want to come at me sideways, that want to, to down dog me, to be so mean and cruel and hateful towards me? I don't know. I have no idea. Um, they
Well,
act like, these people out here act like PG has no feelings, and and that
like you're
and
a
that
tire
hurts.
bar
Yeah,
just sitting there.
exactly. And and I, believe it or not, that hurts my feelings for them just to think that I have none.
I understand. I've been condemned for sending people cash apps. I've been condemned for a lot of things. And I'll still continue to be condemned because I'm going to do what you said you can do. I'm going to do what I want to. It's my money.
Amen.
I earned it. If I want to send it, I will. If I don't, I don't. Yep.
Absolutely.
I worked hard for it.
Listen,
You know.
PJ, I'm going to jump off. Sorry to
Bye,
interrupt you. I'm going
Pixie.
to jump off.
Okay.
Bye, Michelle.
It's good to see
I
you.
Um,
so appreciate you coming up
thanks.
and hanging out. God bless.
Lots of love to you,
God
Pixie.
bless. Much love. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Here we
So
are.
anyway, it's good to see you, Sherry. It's good to see you.
Thank
It's good
you.
to see you smiling, and you're looking good. You really are. You're looking good.
Even though I had a fall, I had a pretty bad fall on concrete.
Oh, that was a bad
Concrete,
one.
yeah, concrete is undefeated.
Oh, you're telling
Remember
me.
that.
Yeah. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I heard that.
Excuse me.
What I wanted to share with you guys tonight is this right here. this right here, I was able to find this picture here. And I believe this is the inside of Grandis's truck with the cap on. This is the inside. This is the inside with the cap on. As you can see, when you put the cap on, it kind of blocks that back window somewhat. I'm pretty sure this is the inside of Grandis's vehicle. And if you see here, the cap was not on. The day when Summer was upon these milk jugs, if indeed this was Grandis's vehicle, there was no cap on it.
Well,
I wanted to bring that to you.
Am I the only one in the entire world that thinks that might be a vehicle back then?
You know, a lot of people.
A red tote does not have an insignia on it.
A lot of people thought that was a vehicle as well, but I think it is some type of tote, or possibly a
It's really hard
a carry-all, like a carry-all. A
like
plastic
like a
carry-all.
tote. Yeah.
It's something, it's something, definitely some type of box. I do see a label back there on it. I'm not sure, how the label got on there,
The
but
only reason I asked that is because the Subaru has that insignia on the back, I believe. Somebody can research that really quickly, but I believe the Subarus do have the oval insignia on the back.
Well,
that's the first thing I saw. I mean, it's like where's
right.
Waldo, but this is the first thing I saw.
The thing is that's not really.
It's okay to disagree with me. I don't care.
And it could be a vehicle backed up to the truck, right? It could be. I mean, it looks like a tote, but I agree with you. It could be. I don't know. That's a possibility. That would explain why the label's on it. The emblem.
Would somebody look up a Subaru and see if that has the insignia?
Ruby Slippers, your device is not connected, hon. Your device is not connecting. But yeah.
Sweet baby girl. Look at her.
Yeah, she's beautiful, isn't she? She's beautiful.
Yes. I'm in another state, and I got the Amber Alert, and I've been with this case the whole time she's been missing, like the day after.
Yeah, I think we've all been here from day one, and we truly, one thing that we do all have in common is we all love these children. We all have got attached to these children. We all, want the best for these children, right?
Yes.
We, that right there shows that each and every one of us have a heart. We have a heart.
Advocates. We're child advocates.
And if we could only learn to love each other, as we love these kids and want to do all for these kids, man, this would be like a community of paradise out here. It would be basically,
It should be. Instead of fighting,
I think so. It should be like heaven. It should be like heaven on earth. And I agree, Sherry. I wish the hate could stop. I really do.
We all could work together. We all need to unite and work together and stop fighting with each other.
Hey, I'm going to tell you.
Good. What's it doing? Is it making you feel better? Not you personally, but it's making a person feel better by going around and just condemning everybody for whatever. Just
I mean, I
stop
mean,
it. Pick a
I
topic.
tell
Pick a
you,
topic.
I tell you what it all does. What it all does for each and every one of us with all of this hate. All of this hate does nothing but make us feel bad. It does,
Make you feel bitter. You'll be
it
bitter.
it makes what it does is it makes us wonder if God is if God's going to be upset with us the way that people are coming at each other. um
Excuse me.
we seriously do have a heaven to gain and a hell to shun. And I'm going to tell you, Jesus hung one commandment on all the other ones: to love one another as he has loved us. And he gave his life for us. So, I think it would be a good idea to be doing what Jesus told us to do and start caring about one another the way we're supposed to. And I also think that when we care about one another the way Jesus wants us to care about one another, I think it helps tremendously in getting into God's good grace to help us find these missing children, to bring them home, to get justice for them. What I'm saying is, I think God wants to help them who are helping themselves. And the best way that we can help one another and help these
Yes.
children is by doing God's will, instead of succumbing to the flesh, which wants to not obey God's rules, right? And you know, I really wish people out here could get along better. I wish we could all agree that we are here for one reason, and that is these missing children, and to do what is righteous for these missing children. Um, and you seek the truth, you shall find it. Seek the truth, and you shall find it. And that's all I'm
Everybody,
trying to seek for Summer is the truth. But I get bashed pretty good for seeking that truth for this child. And and it's not righteous. It's not right. I shouldn't have to go through so much, you know,
agony,
to
agony.
to put out, to be doing a good deeds. I shouldn't have to go through all of that. No
It's a
one
lot
should.
more work than people realize it is.
It is a lot of work to do
A
what we
lot.
do. It
And
is a lot
I
of work.
wouldn't be a create. I couldn't be a creator. I'm like you. I only have one creator.
And exactly. And you know, God put me here for a reason. I know that. And
Yes,
I
you did.
think a lot of the reason is to spread love, kindness, caring, and peace, and some beautifulness as well. I think that my mission isn't it just to keep the missing children in the spotlight and do that all we are doing for them. But I think it's also, to bring this community closer together with more kindness, more love, more caring, and more peace. I think that's what a lot of people want, a lot of people are seeking, a lot of people have been seeking for a long time out here. They say drama sells. I don't think so. I
I don't
don't
think
think
so either.
drama sells. What I think sells out here, personally, what I think sells is love, kindness, and caring.
And
That's
concern.
what you know. That's what I think people, you know, want to buy. If you ask me, I think that's what they're
Well,
interested.
nobody asked you anyway.
Yeah, no, they didn't. But I'm going to tell you anyhow.
I'm kidding, PG, with you. You
I
know
know,
that.
I know you are.
I
But
don't
you
have it
know,
in my heart. I don't have it in my heart to be malicious to people. I just can't. I'll be the first one to cry if I'm mean to somebody or snap at somebody. I feel awful afterwards.
well, you know,
I feel guilty. I feel like, oh
I'm going to
no.
tell you, I think we went through a big drama, you know, a pity party, drama queen, um, you know, over dramatized, BS, for a long time. I mean, it started somewhere there in the early 2000s, and man, it just ran till people were sick of it. Right? They're sick of give me a pity party, give me this, give me that. Um, Nobody wanted to hear it. I mean, you were running like hell from it because you just didn't want it. You know, you really didn't want nothing to do with it because it became an epidemic. And you know, and all of the drama and hatred out here, you know, it's became an epidemic too.
I
And
agree with you. Hatred is a disease. It
it
is.
has become an epidemic. And you know, and people just want to get away from it all. You know what people really want? They want to hear good things. They want to hear stuff that's going to lift them up, make them want to dance, make them want to move, make them want to do things in life. They're, you know, everybody's tired of being pulled down and drained by all the drama and the hatred and everything. You know, people are looking for uplifting things now. um you know, that's what they really want. They don't want to talk about drama. They want to talk about, you know, these missing kids, what are going on in their case, you know, keep these kids in the spotlight. And they want to talk about uplifting things. And what are those uplifting things? Those uplifting things are, you know, recipes, you know, funny. They like to see funny memes. They like to laugh. They like to, you know, enjoy life a little bit as well. And you know, I don't think everybody, you know, wants to hear about all this hatred going on in the YouTube world. It's kind of getting boring, right? It's getting boring. And with the holiday seasons upon us, what we really want to do most and above all, I'm sorry, Ruby Slippers, but your device is not connected. For some reason, you're just not be able to connect properly in order for me to bring you on panel. So you might want to, you know, maybe want to keep trying or change to a different device if you have one. Um, that's the most I could tell you. The device you're on just isn't connecting. I'm sorry.
Who's trying to come up, PG?
Somebody named Ruby Slippers. I'm not sure who it is. And I feel sorry for them because they've been trying to come up a few times and their device just ain't connecting. I don't know if it's their Wi-Fi, the device that they're on. Um, I don't know. It ain't working for some reason. Oh, absolutely. I appreciate that. Our bucket list has holes. I'm Crooked Era. Thank you for joining PG on panel. We enjoy your company. Amen.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I don't mind going anywhere as long as people are polite. Uh, even Ronald. I love Ronald. You know Ronald, your son. Just kidding.
You know, people, um, you know, say that, you know, PG cusses too much. Well, when I was in Andrew's panel today, I wasn't cussing, was I? Not at all.
No, no, you
I
didn't.
I handled everything very professionally as I usually do in my real life. You know, you got a glimpse of the real PG um on Sunday morning. And you know, do I like to come out here and you know, have to lower myself to a level I don't want to in order to defend myself against people coming at me sideways? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would prefer I would prefer not to have to get on that level at all. But it's like, what else can you do? When you got such hateful people coming at you, and a lot of these people trying to take it real life. What can you do? You know. So, but I personally prefer to keep everything on a professional level. I personally prefer to not use, you know, that type of language at all. And I'm very capable of not using that. I don't need to use that language. You know, it's something that I feel, you know, that sometimes you have to, because you're dealing with people on that particular language level, and they don't understand anything else. There's no, um, negotiating. There's no negotiating with people. With some humans in this life, they only understand one thing. And that's for you
I
to
understand that.
defend yourself the same way they're coming
I
at you.
I understand. When I would meet with parents, I adapted to them because I'm able to do so. And I never sat behind my desk when I had a conference. We always sat in chairs facing each other or at the kids'
Exactly.
desk. I never made anybody feel less than who they are, and I didn't have any problems with parents and stuff.
Right.
I have a question for you, PG.
Sure.
Why, if that camper top was not, if it, why is that windshield so streaked in the back? If that camper top was always on it,
Um.
does that not look like rain streaks to you, like dust and rain mixed
It,
together?
it does. It does. It looks to me like a lot of dirt and dust, and someone wasn't. Someone was
Well,
definitely.
if the top was on, it would not have that, would it?
Um.
If it
Well.
had recently rained, I mean, it takes several people to move one of those tops. I mean, I'd say four people, three people at least, to move one of those, take off
Yeah.
one of those camper tops.
Those things are pretty. Yeah, they're
They're
pretty.
pretty heavy.
Yeah, they're no easy task to get into place.
Mm-mm.
It's not something you can just pick up and do yourself.
Oh no.
Unless you got some really, um, you know, I would say more coordination than strength, because that would be a job, um, an absolute job.
Right.
I
Why is
would
that
say.
picture? Why is that picture cut off like top of a mesa or a mountain peak that's flattened or whatever?
Um,
What was that comment about a gap?
I I
There's a sign.
think I think I think because the picture was it's cut off like that because it's been turned. It's been turned on, to the corner.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Um, you know, absolutely. It's been turned to the corner. But that's what I wanted to show you all. Top on, top off. So definitely that day, there was no, at this particular time the video was taken, there could not have been a top on that truck. Absolutely not. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, you see it, which
Yeah,
summer's coffee
exactly.
here.
Exactly.
There's not a camper top. And
Uh,
also look at the left picture where she has the blue bow. That
well,
is you
well,
see the
this is
streaking.
the one next to it is Candace's vehicle. This is
Oh,
the
okay.
Subaru. This here is Grandis's truck. On your left is
Yes.
Summer and Grandis's vehicle. On your right is Summer inside of the Subaru.
because there's a red frame around the door.
Right. That is the Subaru she's sitting in. I just wanted to let you see, you know, the clearance through the windows from each vehicle. To show you that definitely this is, you know, this is Grandis's truck, with the top on. This is, you know, the truck with the top on. And as you see, Little Summer's wide awake in this particular picture. Also, if we go down here, if you take note, there's a trash bag next to Summer on the seat right there.
That.
Now,
I didn't see it until you pointed it out, though.
Now, here's my
Thank you.
question. Here's my question about that trash bag, because it looks like obviously they're probably taking some garbage to a dump. Where do they go to dump that garbage? Where do they
Why
go?
would you put it? Why would you put it on the seat, not in the
Well,
in the
because
garbage?
they didn't get trash service up there, so they were dumping their garbage somewhere. I would have loved to know where they go and dump trash, right?
You know,
I don't know.
I've been there, but I've never seen any trash dumpsters or
Right, because they didn't want to pay the man to pick up the garbage. They cut the man off, and therefore they had to haul that garbage off somewhere else.
May I
And
ask you another question?
sure,
Questions. Okay, you know, at the bottom of the driveway, there are those two greenish, turquoise, bluish looking
right.
objects. What are those?
Those used to be garbage cans that actually Candace was having people put her gifts in. That was disgusting. I would not ever have people sticking gifts in old trash cans.
What did she put in the trash cans?
She had to see it when they had a lot of packages being delivered up there.
Okay.
And they was, you know, so they asked the delivery people to not come up on the hill, to just throw it all into those trash barrels down there, and then they would get them.
Okay. Thank you. I was wondering about that. I never saw a gate when I went by. There was no airline cable or whatever you want to call it across the thing, or a fence or any kind of gate that I saw. So that must have been installed afterwards or something. I don't know. I put one up too. People kept coming up my driveway for no reason. If indeed they did.
Let me see. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure this is Grandis's truck with the cap on. And it looks like the same. I mean, I went over it pretty good to make sure the lines were lined up, so forth and so on. And it looks like the same exact vehicle she was laying in, only she was over in the middle instead of in one of the main seats like she is now. So here's the video.
Okay.
She still got her arm up?
No.
Oh, that's what I was trying to catch. But she still got her arm up?
No.
Oh, that's what I was trying to catch. But
No.
It's hard to catch it right on that.
I'm trying to get the voice.
As you can see, it looks like the same headrest to me. It looks like, and it is low. It looks like the same headrest to me. So, So yeah, uh, they're not up high. They're sitting up on a car seat like it would put her head about that precise view. So I'm pretty sure that that's Grandis's truck that she was in that particular picture. Yes, and it did have the cap on it, and it was tinted windows. Um, and they were taking garbage somewhere. I'd like to know where usually you have a certain spot that you dump trash.
I didn't see
Um,
any kind of here where I live. If you don't want to have trash pickup, you take it to the dumpster where you can put all your recycling in each container, and then you put it in the compactor, and it gets compressed, and then that's what you do here. If you don't have
right.
garbage pickup, but I promise you, I didn't see any garbage things like that. We were in the middle of a thunderstorm, but uh, I never saw any place to dump trash unless you went to like the dollar store or something and use their dumpster, which I know people do that. I'm quite certain they do.
Right. I looked at Mohawk's comment, and I truly believe that that's Grandis's vehicle. That summer
That's what?
is.
Oh yeah.
My ex-husband worked in construction. He took our garbage to work and put in the dumpster bins for scrap metal at job sites. Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
When
that's his job site. And even when I was teaching, if I had some trash, I would throw it in the back of the car or whatever. And I would throw it in the dumpster there. I mean, the dumpsters never got full. I mean,
exactly,
they were
and
never running over, let's put it that way.
and and the same with me.
But I worked there. It's not like I just picked that place out and just did it randomly.
Colt, I appreciate that. God bless. Hello, Mama PG mods and all. How are you? Good to see you in here, Colt. God bless. How are you doing tonight?
Thanks,
Good
Coach.
to
I'm
see
all.
you. Um, you guys say you're hearing a pig. Is there a pig sound coming from your end, Sherry?
Possibly.
Sherry says coming from hers. I don't know. I was hearing something, but I don't know what it was. Yeah, Colt is beautiful. I so appreciate all the support that she gives to this channel. Absolutely. Anyway,
Do I still sound like a pig?
nope, not at all. You know,
Well, thank you.
you're
That's a good
welcome.
thing to know.
Yeah, it did sound
Snort, snort.
funny. Anyway, there it is. There it is. Suey. Right.
Yeah. Shooey, 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 shooey.
Yeah.
Wonder how they came up with that one.
I don't know. I have no idea. But you know what? I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of farmers do it, and it works. It works. I
I
mean,
know. You can understand when they're feeding the chickens to go chick, 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 chick. But Suey, Suey, Suey. I mean, who started that? A boy named Sue?
I'm doing a good, Mama PG. Hope all is well with you. Hey, girl. I hope all is well with you. God bless. God bless. I appreciate the support. I really do. Absolutely.
Look, Colt, we're double C's.
Um. What did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just chattering.
Oh. Anyway, oh, I appreciate that, Molly. Colt, thank you so much for supporting the channel and Summer Moon Utah Wells. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's greatly appreciated. Anyhow, I did get to talk to Hunter's dad. He is going to ask if the cap was on or off that day. And that'll give us a time frame from around 10 o'clock to 2:30. And Jody Sue will let us know. Um,
Now, this is what I'm talking about working together. This is what I'm
right,
talking about working together. Share
absolutely.
information. Stop hoarding information and screaming at everybody else or whatever because you need a time filler in your life. That's why I think people stream people a lot of the time. They need a time filler. I'm
There is,
sorry.
there is a funny noise. There is a funny noise coming from your avatar, and there is. I
Oh
really
boy.
didn't. I really didn't notice till people started talking about it. um. Well, I don't think I'm. It's worth asking. It's worth asking. I hope you gotta hope you get a truthful answer.
Well, if he
You
didn't
know,
want to, if he didn't
for
want to,
summer's sake.
I think Andrew would have said no if he didn't want to.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Hunter.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Sorry,
um,
I'm lost.
you know, I truly believe that. Um, I think a lot of people are, ready to start just telling the truth in all of this. Um, for summer's sake, due to the fact that it's been so long now. It's been so long. I don't think that even they thought it would be holding out this long. And I think everybody is wanting closure now in all of this. And you know, so that they can give focus on other cases as well. There was a little 4-year-old girl in Kentucky who was on live by um, her aunt, is what I believe it was. An aunt or cousin somehow got custody of her, and the boyfriend, and they unlived this beautiful little girl. Um, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that these evil things are taking place in our world.
PG,
Our
we have
children.
we have. I'm sorry. Excuse me. We have over 2,000 children in my state that are missing right now. Over 2,000.
Right,
So
right.
it is an epidemic.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. You know, to see how many children are living in a household of abuse. How many children are actually being destroyed by the hands of their caretakers. Um, it's it's not right. There's nothing right about what's going on out here, you know. And I mean, why would that aunt take this child, only to do and abuse it, to do what has been done? I mean, if you cannot treat someone righteously, then don't open your door to it. Do not open, let someone that will, actually love and care, and give the child everything in the world and raise it right. Don't even open your door up if you know that you're not a good person. If you know you cannot you offer what needs to be offered up to raising a child, slam your door and just say no. Um,
Yeah. If you know you have an explosive temper, don't be keeping anybody's kids.
exactly. And I'll tell you another thing, you know, because a cell door will be shut on you, just like these two. These two people, you know, destroyed this beautiful, and she was beautiful. She was a beautiful little blonde headed baby and absolutely adorable. So many people would have raised her right. But, you know, these two got a hold of her and they utterly and totally destroyed this child, you know. Um, so there's another angel in heaven, right? Another little angel in heaven. And that should not have been. This child had every right to grow up and have a beautiful, wonderful, prosperous life in this world. But you know, evil has kept her from doing it, just like evil has kept Summer from doing it. Um, you know, and so many other kids, Michael Vaughn from doing it. You know,
Yes.
we've got an evilness upon
Yes.
this earth right now that
Yes,
you
we
know
do.
that the laws need to get a lot stiffer on.
The
Um,
laws are behind. The laws are behind the time.
hopefully these two people get it. You know, the jail cell doors shut and the keys tossed away forever for doing what they've done to this beautiful child. The child, you know, they found the child, the missing little girl, and they're doing an autopsy, you know, over the next few days to figure out exactly what these monsters did to her, how they destroyed her. And but those monsters are already been arrested. They're already in custody, and I guarantee you they probably ain't getting out. So that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I
That's
wish,
just. That's called justice.
yes, and I wish, you know, I wish Summer's case. I wish Summer's case could, you know, be solved like this as well. And that's exactly why we're out here. That's why we're holding hands together. We're bowing our heads. We're praying to the Most High, and doing all that we're doing together. But I think it would work out for us a lot better if we could learn to do it with peace, love, and kindness. I really do. And quote, I will stand behind Mama PG and Summer's Army. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate that. God bless. You know, um, when you talk peace, love, and kindness and caring, you know, people sometimes, you know, people that ain't too intelligent might take it for a weakness. Trust and believe there is nothing weak about Summer's Army over here. Nothing whatsoever. It's just that, you know, we are not weak by far. But, you know, I do feel that, you know, for these missing children's sakes, that it is best for us all to come together and work together to get the answers for these children. I absolutely think that, you know, um, what I'm saying is, you know, law enforcement, law enforcement, um, you know, they really don't have no more training than the average people out here. What I'm saying is, all of you have about the same training, because technically, technically, solving crimes don't really call for anything other than everyday common sense. If you have everyday common sense, if you can figure out 2 plus 2, then you can, you could really help, you know, get a child found, brought home, and justice served. Absolutely. Right. And sometimes, regular citizens actually, you know, um, tips from regular citizens is what helps law enforcement solve most crimes. You know why? Because criminals don't care to talk with us. They're afraid of law enforcement, but they are not afraid to talk to people like us. And therefore, a lot of times we get a lot more information out of humans to help someone than law enforcement actually could, right? So, but the one thing I don't like about this YouTube community is some creators, you know, get people in it, get people in their midst that they could get a lot of information out of to help a victim. But instead of asking them hard questions and getting the answers, that could help bring these children home, they're afraid to ask those hard questions. They're afraid to, trample on those, on those people's toes by asking a hard question because, they're more worried about, keeping these people in their pocket for clicks, likes, and views and things like that. And instead of, getting the answers needed for these babies. And that bothers me. I want the answers that need to be, that need to be asked because there's a timeline that even law enforcement ain't able to get out of the wells. From 2:30 to 6:30, they're asking 2:30 to 6:30, and I know for a fact that Don and Candace are not cooperating on that timeline. They have been asked. Um, they have been asked repeatedly for a long time to give up that timeline, and Candace has amnesia on it. So, and I know this to be a fact that they're up there, and then finally they couldn't get up there to do it because Don and Candace had lawyered up, and therefore that you know kind of tied law enforcement's hands from being able to go up and knock on the door and and question. Now before they can question, they have to go through the attorney to see if it's okay to ask questions. They have to contact the attorney anytime they want to speak with Don and Candace, and that's a problem. It's a problem because most of the time they're getting turned down because they don't want to go, they don't want to speak with them.
PG,
Yes.
I got a weird question. Totally off the mark. But what brand of cigarettes do you smoke? I'm serious. Do you smoke menthol? Do you smoke regular? I'm just curious.
Actually, I smoke menthols and regulars, and usually I try to smoke like Marlboros,
Yeah.
um, and
Reds,
but
lights.
regular, and then a
Yes.
lot of times I'll smoke you know the Kingports, but
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was just curious. I mean, no big deal. It's legal.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we know what we're doing to ourselves, so it's our business.
What brand do you smoke?
I'm not gonna blame anybody if I get lung cancer but myself. This is what I smoke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I used to smoke those back in the day.
You
Uh,
did?
yeah,
I'm
I sure
I'm
did.
still back in the day. I'm still
I
back in
love I love those. Um,
the day.
but you know what? Those are so expensive.
Over
They're
a hundred dollars a carton.
yeah.
They're over a hundred
They,
dollars a carton.
yeah, they are.
That's 10
And
packs.
I can't afford them anymore.
Well, I'm getting ready to switch to some off brand because I can't afford them either. I mean, it's ridiculous. Over a
It
hundred
is.
dollars for a
It
carton.
is. A
That's
lot
what
of
you get.
times
That's what you pay for having a bad habit.
if I go in and they've got something that's um like a lot of times they'll be on sale, a
Yeah,
different brand,
three
and
packs,
I
four,
I
whatever.
just buy them. I buy whatever's on sale, right? Don't matter to me. I mean,
Tobacco's
smoke's a
tobacco.
smoke. I'm just yeah, exactly. So I just
How much can you screw up tobacco? Really?
absolutely
It's just because they don't have the name brand.
right, right. I heard that, but I
I
don't.
told you. I told you it was off the mark question. I warned you, didn't I?
I don't like the off-brand ones though. I don't like those um off-brand cigarettes. Um, I don't like them. I don't know what they got in. I don't know what they got in them, but they just no. I try to stick with the name brand.
These are lights, but they don't call them lights anymore. They call them gold box.
You know, um, but I started out smoking Marlboro. That's the brand I started out smoking. Um, way back in my teen years. Um, I started smoking the Marlboros, and then I moved to the same brand as my dad, right? Because if I was out, he always had some, and so
Yeah, you always knew where you could get them.
right. And but the problem was when he was out, he knew where to get them too. So that didn't always work out well for us, right? And
I bet not.
yeah, so
Oh my
after
gosh.
after he passed away, I actually quit smoking. I quit smoking for a while, and then somewhere down the line I picked it back up. But
Yeah, I quit for 8 years and picked it back up.
yeah, when I quit, I just do. You know what I did?
My
Um,
mother had Alzheimer's and she was in her early 50s, and I was like, where's the cigarette? Where's
right.
the cigarette? My nerves were just like,
I just threw them in the trash. I just threw them away and quit. I mean, no more. I didn't even care.
I did that too. And I
That's
couldn't
not.
smoke at school all day, so I really haven't been
I
smoking in years.
don't. Yeah, I don't understand people needing those patches and needing all this stuff. If I wanted to quit smoking, I just quit. You
Stop.
know, but I don't because it's a natural substance. God made it. He
Yep.
made it for a reason.
Genesis says all
Yeah,
sensitive plants. All sensitive
and
plants
and
are alive.
I'm going to tell you
Make
what,
choice.
smoking's the only habit I got, and I'm going to keep it. It's
No,
the only,
you got another bad habit too.
it's the only one I got, and I'm going to keep it.
Don't fool yourself.
And
That's the
that's the
only
truth.
bad habit you have. Damn it.
Maybe these cold ones, maybe these cold ones that make Day Day jealous. every time I pop one.
I'm sorry, I should be learned. It's so funny.
But that's it. The only habit I got.
Hey, G, you have another habit worse than that. Don't be telling us lies. We know.
What other habit I got? What other habit I got, Sherry? Here, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you want to point it out to me.
I'm just playing with you.
Maybe you want to point it out. If you tell me, we'll both
I
know.
did, damn it. I did, damn it. I did, damn it.
If you tell me, we'll both know.
You don't get it yet?
I don't get it. Went over my head. Went over my head.
Cursing, cursing, cursing.
I don't have that habit.
You're
I don't have
perfect.
it. I don't have a habit of cursing at all
Oh,
because
you know. Oh, I got it. You know the appropriate place and time for it.
due to the fact that if I
Yeah,
had
but
a
then you know you
habit,
don't want to do it.
I would be, when you have a habit, you're out of control with it. That's you. What I'm saying is, once I get off this live, matter of fact, I haven't cursed on this live tonight, at all.
I'm
Um,
just teasing with you.
I know you are, but what I'm saying is, I don't have a habit of cursing. I feel forced to curse out here because of the people, coming at you sideways with all their hatred and everything. I'm not going to tolerate it. And if that's what it takes, if you got to go down to their level, to, 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 defend yourself, then it is what it is. But I don't have a habit. APG have a question about the trucks. Go ahead, sweetie. Love a Scorpio. What's your question, hon? You got my undivided attention.
Me too.
Summer Moon, Utah Wells, we love you. Absolutely, bucket list has holes. We do. We do. I'm waiting. PTO, that's for you if you want. Girl, I know that. God bless. God bless. Um I don't have a habit of cursing due to the fact that do you think that the truck this summer was in Grandis? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm starting to wonder about it. I don't know. If it was Grandis's truck, the cap was definitely off of it. And if the cap was off of it, why? And was the cap off of it? I know the next day that cap was on it. So, who put it back on? With everything going on, when did they find time to put a cap back on the truck? That's a question. And
And by the way, plants they planted were not cactuses or cacti. They were succulents. I researched those plants. They're succulents like aloe, and that's kind of what they were. Did you turn your fan off or what?
um, no, no, they were real cactuses. I pulled them up and showed them. It did look like some of those other ones was planted inside that were turned brown, had died. Possibly was the other type of plant, but those particular ones in the one pot were definitely cactuses. And cactuses, have to be planted very,
With gloves on.
yes, they have to be, planted with a lot of care. to save yourself. I'm trying to find that particular video.
I wish you
Um,
would. I would like to see it.
I'm looking for it now.
Well, the plants I looked at must have been the wrong ones then.
Here.
Yeah, all those on the left. All these on the left are succulents.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
That's the ones on the left are not the ones she planted. The ones on the right. The ones on the right is what she had in the plant. Now the ones that turned brown here
Yeah.
could have possibly been something like that. The ones that are all gone now could have
Yeah.
been something like that. I don't know. Basically, this particular pot right here looks like nothing but freaking weeds, and it doesn't look like it had been planted anytime recent to Summer's disappearance. Because that pot's just a mess. That is an ugly mess right there.
I'm not sure. I can't even see
Right
what
there
it is.
is the other pot. The other pot.
Okay. The one on the right is the one that has cacti, correct?
And the one, yes, on to your right is
Yes.
definitely cactuses, and
Okay.
they do look like they do look like they have been planted not not really recently, because if you take note right there in that one corner, there's a big weed had been growing up, and I'd say that took some time to come up through those rocks. So, but it does look like somebody tried to throw some new rocks on top of it and weed it out as good as they could. So, if you ask me by looking at this, because I do a lot of gardening, right? And if you ask me, this looks like a cover up, because the round pot has dirty. Those are not fresh rocks in the round pot, but there is fresh rocks in the square pot. The square pot does look like someone tried to pull as much of the weed it out and put some real quick rocks on top of it. To me, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an old ass planter that has had them cactuses in it for a while. Um, I get weeded out, and some rocks threw on top of it. Um, why? Probably for show, to act. I think it's just this is what we were doing because they needed to have an alibi for something they were doing. But I promise you, neither one of these pots had been freshly planted. Nothing in them. Nothing fresh has been planted in either one of these pots for a while. Absolutely not. Weed that's way over in the right hand corner right there. If you get one of those, if you get one of those in a planter, um, in order for it to get that big, for it to come up that big, it would had to have been in there for quite a long time. I'm talking weeks, like a lot of weeks. I say 6 weeks or more to get up that big, because they start out, and you guys have planted before. You know how they start out real little down, trying to peek up through the rocks, and then each week it's a little more, a little more, a little, for it to get that big. It had to, somebody forgot to pull that out of there.
I don't
Um,
see a blooming thing.
when they were, when they were staging all of this. You don't see that big weed over there by the cactus on the right, sticking up in the corner.
Yeah, I do see that.
And one of them weeds take a long time to come up to actually generate like that. So that tells me that
I don't know. All I know is a weed is is an unwanted plant. That's all I know about weeds.
uh, it actually in potted plants something like that takes a while to generate. I do know that. I do know that because, you know, you don't ever have to weed your potted plants as much as you do, um, you know, around your rose bushes and your other flower beds and stuff that's actually in the yard. There's a big difference. A lot of people like to plant in planters because, you know, you really don't have to do a whole lot other than water them and, you know, basically watch them grow. And they're not prone to weeds the way, you know, stuff in the yard is prone to them. I don't know why. I have no idea why, you know, weeds want to jump all over everything in the yard. But they do. It's like they come out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, they're invasive.
You can plant a rose bush in a freaking bald spot that not even a weed had growed out of in years. And the next thing you know, there's weeds coming from nowhere. Somewhere these weeds are just all over the rose bush now, right? It's like I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from. Trying to
The
make
rodents
that
is
make
calling.
sense.
Want me to shut my camera? Is that what you said?
Who, me? I didn't.
Everybody.
I didn't ask you to close the camera. Absolutely not. Did somebody say that?
No, I just heard camera. You know I'm hard of hearing. Everybody knows that.
Um,
Don't turn my volume down, whatever you do.
I have a channel, but I've been in. Um, yeah, there is a big difference. Like when you run a channel, you've got to keep up with the chat. You got to keep up the content. There's a lot to keep up with.
You
If you
gotta
just
be a
go,
multitasker. You gotta be a multitasker.
if you just go
And
up,
I'm not one.
right? If you go up on panel, then you really, you know, you really don't have to do a lot of not. You can just sit back, relax, talk, and hang out. Um, you know, because the creator, all the work is on the creator, and so you know, actually, you know, doing this out here, it absolutely, you know, is a labor of love. That's for sure. It's a labor of love. But
It's not cost effective, is it? No.
I'm going to tell you something. No, it costs, you know, it costs not only quite a bit of money to run a channel like this, but it also costs us a lot of your time.
Time.
I mean,
Time
the
and
time is the
effort.
big thing.
Time and effort.
You know,
It sure
hours,
does.
hours.
Passion. Passion, PG. Passion.
Prayer Garden. Hi, my love. Hugs to you, and thank you for keeping Summer's name alive. On Crime Stories Obsessed, it's great to see you in here, sweetie. God bless. God bless. Um, you guys, Crime Stories Obsessed is beautiful. You guys, definitely make sure that you go over visit her channel and give her some support. God bless. Absolutely.
PG.
She's
I think
definitely for Summer Moon Utah Wells, like the rest of us, and I
yes.
greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. Um, she's definitely love and light for this baby. So you know, I want to give a shout out to her and let you guys know that, you know, please do go over and sub up and show her some
I
love and
already
kindness.
am. I'm already subbed.
Hey, lovable mama bear, how you doing? Much love, PG. God bless. Uh, I pray
Thursday.
your
Thursday.
family
Thursday.
have a blessed Thanksgiving. I appreciate that. I really do. God bless. God bless.
PG, would you mind if I excuse myself and get in the chat, please?
I'm sure. Go ahead, sweetie. God bless. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you coming up,
Thank
Sherry.
you. Yes, thank you for your hospitality, and I've enjoyed speaking with you very
And
much.
I appreciated seeing you. You look beautiful. You look
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank
Take care
you.
of yourself, sweetie.
I bet you do too, but we'll never know. I do.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. That ain't happening.
Well,
All right.
I don't blame you. I'm just used to being in the public. That's all. Bye,
I
sweetheart.
I
I'm here,
appreciate
but
it.
I'm not on panel. I appreciate everything you do in Summer's name. I do.
Hey, I appreciate that.
You've always been for Summer, and you have never wavered away. And
And I love that little girl just like all of you.
I know it's a passion, isn't it? It is a passion. Okay. I love you. Bye.
Bye. Uh, that was good as Sherry coming up. She did look beautiful. She looked really healthy, and I'm glad to see that that she's looking really well. Um, absolutely. Anyway, I can get back to some of the stuff we were talking about. You know, you sometimes have to go all the way back to June 15th, 2021, and come forward, because we missed a lot when you're in it. When you're in, when you're in it, a lot of things you miss, and it's really important. It's really important because hindsight is better than foresight. You can go back and it's like, a lot of, oh, how did we miss this? And oh, how did we miss that? And, it's those little things. And if we touch on the right thing, could completely solve this case. That's why we put in the time and the research and the observation and all the things that we do, um, for this child, because the answer, that's going to crack this case wide open is there. It's there, and in plain sight. We just got to figure out, what it is. I'm sure that all the answers are there. It's up to us to find them, and I think that we're getting a lot of those answers by going back and coming forward, right? I mean, I know that a lot of people still believe that summer, you know, it was a accident cover up. And I truly believe that at the beginning as well. But as I did more research, deep diving research and observation, and putting all these pieces on a table and fitting them together, constructing them into what truly it seems like happened June 15th, 2021. Um, doesn't it does, the pieces ain't fitting, um, accident cover up at all to me. That's my opinion. What I truly believe, and what everything that we have research shows, is the fact that they cut her hair. They was instructing her, not she wasn't dancing in front of a for sale barrel. She was being instructed to do what she was doing. That's a big difference. It's a big difference in a child playing, playing in the rain, doing what it wants to, and literally, out there where you could tell it's being told exactly what to do for the video. Um, so this child was being, instructed on what to do in that particular video. And also, then we have Dudley that comes along and says, "Oh yeah, I remember that day." And they came out of the house carrying her, on their shoulder, taking her somewhere. Well, as I was leaving, and I could hear the boys hollering, "Where you taking Sissy? Where you taking Sissy?" And I don't know where they was taking her, but they was leaving with her and taking her somewhere. So, you know, and then you have, we're moving on down. This is only 18 days before she comes up missing. Well, they only have her dancing in front of this for cell barrel, instructing her how, like a runway model, how to do it and twirl and do all the things. But also, um, they take a picture where Dawn's saying, crying, saying how much, Summer, I love you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And, he even admits that, he's saying all these things because he knows she's going to be gone pretty soon. At that time, they go out and they take her away somewhere. 18 days later, she disappears. Well, when she disappears, Don Wells is driving the Subaru the day before and the very day she disappeared, because it has what? Starlink. And he didn't want to be driving it just the day she disappeared, because that's going to be suspicious. But it was suspicious that he just drove it for 2 days and then went back to his white pickup truck. So law enforcement pretty much knows what that was about. He wanted to have extra coverage, on, alibis, where he was and what he was doing. Yeah, he was also talking about the resurrection 3 days after. Exactly. She came up missing. Absolutely. And, but, he fires Dudley the day before. He goes to work in the Subaru. He fires Dudley. Dudley said he looked like he lost his best friend, right? And he fires Dudley that day. The next day, and when Summer comes up missing, he tells police he knows exactly who would have done it. His co-worker he had just fired. He fired Dudley because he wanted to make Dudley into the predator. He wanted someone to blame this, whatever was going to go down on the 15th. He needed someone to blame, and he picked Dudley to blame it on. He also, it was a double dip, because he didn't pay Dudley, and that put more money in his bank account, so he could tell law enforcement, "I've got $3,000. Why would I do something with my daughter?" Don, this was thought out, and I truly believe it was pre-planned, premeditated, and carried out on June the 15th, 2021. I believe that, Don was the orchestrator of all of what went down with this, particular plan that they had. And I think that Candace and Grandis carried it out. That's my personal opinion. I'm entitled to that. This is America. I'm allowed to say whatever the hell I think on this topic or any other topic that I want to address. And that's just my personal opinion of, and like I said, that's exactly where all the pieces of the puzzle are falling. That's where they're falling into place. And not only that, but we have Ronnie Lawson, who come out and said, no signs of abduction. No signs of an abduction. Basically saying, oh hell no, this is BS. And that's pretty much what the whole community is saying too. It's BS. And then you have Pruitt came out, that's why we did the extra deep dive searches. If she'd have been out there, we would have found her, or at least signs that she was out there somewhere. We found nothing. But again, we got the parents also telling us, where she isn't, which is letting us know that they must know where she is. So, with all of this being said, right? All of this being said, yeah, and this is foul play is on the table. Foul play is 110 Ben Hill Road. And then Pruitt came out and said, you know, um, there's no signs, there's no signs of her being trafficked out of the area. Now, he didn't say no signs of trafficking. He said outside of the area. So, trafficking is in play. Um, it just, uh, so if you take all the pieces, of the puzzle, then, that's where it's all falling, for sure. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. Um, anyhow, that's that's exactly where all the pieces of puzzle are falling on the table, and that's it's got you know even it doesn't matter how much the Wells want to point at other people. They got four fingers pointing back at them, right? They got four pointing back at themselves. So, you know, it is what it is. PG, the cap was on. If you Google the photo, you can see the top glass window up because it was open. Hold on. As you can see in this photo, there's a split. There, as the finger's pointing, there's a split. There's a glass behind this, right, in the front cab, and then there's also the glass that's on the cap. When you put the cap on, there is a window in the front. Because of the split, the cap has a window also in the up front there. Then it has the window in the back right here. If even if the back window would have been up or down and the whole tailgate down, it wouldn't have mattered. You would have still been able to see the tint. There would have still been, the tint. You can't. There's no tint in the picture whatsoever. So that therefore, you know, as you see, there is no tent behind Summer. The way there is tent behind her in the first picture, right? Of Grandis's vehicle. That's with the cab on, the cap over it, the truck cap. Now on this one, the next one over here onto your right hand side, there no, absolutely no cap on there. Absolutely no cap whatsoever. Or we would have been able to see it. We would have been able to tell. No way. Mm-mm. That cap could not have been on there. That's you know, no, absolutely not. That's that Ray Charles could see that. Ray Charles could see that. And there's definitely no, now that vehicle there was the Subaru. But Don had the Subaru, so but I just wanted to let people see that, she was not in the Subaru at that time. Subaru was way too lit up. The windows are super clear. Um, she definitely was in Grandis's vehicle, and you got the red showing, showing in the door jam right there. So we know she was not in the Subaru when the video was taken. She definitely had to be in a different vehicle at that time, and it looks to be Candace's or Grandis's. And if indeed it was Grandis's vehicle, then the cap would have been off. But I do know the next day that cap was on, and why. And and if it was on earlier that morning, which they were out running around with, if it was on earlier that morning when they were out running around with Hunter, and then when they take this video, indeed it's not there, then that means, for some reason, they removed that you know, truck cap off of there. For what? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, could it be for cleanup? Did they need to clean something up? I don't know. I don't know. Could that be why Candace said, because if you remember at the beginning of all of this, she wanted to get graphic. She wanted to get, you can see grass and the sides of the bed of the truck and the sides of the truck when you zoom out on the image. No window on side or back. No side of bed of truck. No top. Absolutely. Exactly, Denny. I'm telling you, it sure looks like Grandis's vehicle. The inside of Grandma's vehicle. But there is no cap present on this vehicle. So when this particular video had been made, there's no cap at all. So we got to ask why. How long had it been off? Why did they feel the need to put it right back on when Summer came up missing? But I did take note, as I was going to say, when all of this went down, when all of this went down at the beginning, if you remember, Candace also, they wanted to press, and Grandma gave her a piece of candy, and Grandma gave her a piece of candy. But there was also another thing that Candace was wanting to press as well. We washed our hands. We washed our hands off the back of the truck with a big cooler. There was a big cooler. Then we opened that up and washed our hands. Well, did she want to, say that because they actually, were up there? And was that why that law enforcement wasn't called till 6:30, because they needed to allow some drying time, some, for whatever they were cleaning up to dry. Because you don't want to call law enforcement after you sprayed a water hose all over the place, right? Or you've been pouring out buckets of water to clean things up, and you don't want to call law enforcement. You want to wait and let the sun dry it all up first, right? Of course you will. I mean, you're going to wait a couple hours and let the Tennessee heat dry it up, and it will pretty quickly. On a hot June day like that. So I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. You know, all I can say for grandma, is that right now it seems that grandma's trying to make like an ostrich and keep her head buried in the sand, right? Um, she's trying to definitely stay super low keyed in all of this, as if she just wants it all to disappear. Um, and that's a big red flag. It's a big red flag when grandma is hiding all the time, right? I mean, grandma, you got a missing granddaughter. You have a missing granddaughter. That needs to be found. Grandma, where are you? Right? Where are you? Where you at? Why ain't you out here? Why ain't you out here supporting your granddaughter's community? Why ain't you out here talking about June the 15th, 2021? Why ain't you out here giving any type of information you possibly can to help your granddaughter that's supposedly missing to be found? Why are you not doing that, Grandma? Why not? Right? I know I'd be awful disappointed in my grandma if I came up missing and grandma wasn't trying to help find me. If grandma was right there uh, every day for years, right? Acting like she loves me and she cares about me, and and it's there for me, I'm going to be very disappointed when grandma goes and hides and ain't joining my community to get me found. When my grandma ain't speaking up and telling what happened that day, I'm going to be very disappointed in grandma, right? Just like I'm going to be disappointed in mommy, and I'm going to be disappointed in daddy for not doing everything it took to have me found, right? If I'm supposedly missing. I don't know about grandma. Grandma, you might be able to hide. You might be able to hide from a lot of people. You might be able to stay low key and hide from, what you call YouTubers, right? And that's the way you say it, YouTubers. Um, Man, just how she says it offends me, right? The YouTubers. Wow, really? I mean, she got like a New York accent or something, right? She just says it so ugly, hateful. But anyhow, yeah, that's the way she says it. And she might not, she might think, oh, these people don't know where I'm at, whatever, and giving her a sense of giggle or whatever. But I'm going to tell you what, Grandma, You don't have to worry about us. Right here was going to be, you know, keeping an eye on you. Right there is what slaps on the bracelets, you know, when the truth comes out. Right there, you know, we don't need to know where grandma is. We don't need to know where you're at because we know they do. We know they do. So you know what? I bet that took the little grin off your damn face, right, Granny? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, that took the two-step out of her two steps, right? She ain't breaking it down right now. She ain't breaking it down right now. You know, that's the way she was looking. That's the way she was looking when she was coming off that hill. Right there. Right there. She was boot scoot boogieing, right? She was boot scoot boogieing off that damn hill. Right, Granny? This is the way you was looking when you come flying off that damn hill after your granddaughter came up missing. That's how you was looking, you know? That's right. And you think it's, you know, you think it's funny that we the people might not know where you're at. Well, we the people don't care where you're at, Grandma. They do. Right there. They do. And you know what? When the truth comes out, jail cells are just as lonely as that damn room right there. That's the way you'd be sitting for a long, 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 long time. Right? Yeah. All by thyself. All by thyself. That's what will be happening. Absolutely. Summer, we love you, baby girl. Amen. Absolutely. Our bucket list says holes. Absolutely. Um, we do love this little girl. And I like to tell grandma one thing. Your granddaughter is the real victim in all of this. You are not a victim, Granny. You are not a victim. Your daughter's not a victim. Your son-in-law sure in the hell ain't no victim. Ain't none of y'all up there victims. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, Granny, I don't know where you are, but I tell you what, I like to say Merry Christmas and here's your new camper. There you go. There you go. There's your gift. There's your gift from PG. A picture of your new camper. Right? There you go. Merry Christmas, Granny. Merry Christmas. Right? Um, One that your granddaughter isn't going to have again this year. One that your granddaughter will not be enjoying at all. Right? You are an elf on a shelf with information that could bring your granddaughter home. What you need to do is get off that shelf, get down to Ronnie's and Pruitt's office, and let them know the truth so that your granddaughter can be returned and everyone can actually get closure. Your grandsons will know that they did not have nothing to do with all of this heinousness. Your grandsons will get the closure they need. Summer will see the peace that she needs. And everybody out here will get the closure that they need as well. All of these people out here, Granny, that's been working to find your granddaughter more than you have ever worked in your life, they will get closure. Why don't you hop off that shelf and get down to law enforcement and start speaking the truth for once in your life. Start opening up and telling what you truly know instead of dodgeball with the law enforcement like your daughter and your son-in-law's doing. Why don't you speak up? You should have spoke up for before she ever went missing. I truly believe that you had the power to stop whatever went down that day. That's my opinion. You had the power to stop it, and you didn't. You didn't. And I'm going to tell you, Granny, after thinking about this, I'm taking the camper back. I'm taking a picture of the camper back. Granny doesn't deserve a Christmas present. She doesn't deserve a picture of a new camper. Right? What is Summer getting for Christmas, Granny? What is your granddaughter getting for Christmas? Why don't you tell us? What is your granddaughter getting for Christmas? What did she get last Christmas, Granny? What did she get the Christmas of 2021, 2022, and now 2023? Did she get a big old Thanksgiving dinner? How do you sit at a table and enjoy Thanksgiving dinner? How do you sit there and enjoy it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think my conscience would allow me to enjoy a damn thing. Nothing. Nothing. Until I went to law enforcement and told the truth. But then you'd be enjoying all those meals in prison probably. So, it is what it is, right? That's my opinion. My opinion, you'd be getting bologna sandwiches. Not even nothing to drink. Nothing to drink, just a dry bologna sandwich. Yep. No Thanksgiving for Summer. Absolutely. Absolutely. And um, the Thanksgiving before Summer came up missing, Grandma stayed home and cooked for the kids, didn't she? Well, Don and Candace went out to a big fancy restaurant and had dinner. The kids were all sitting at home. There's a picture of the kids all sitting at home with a chimsy looking plate of food that I have to say Grandis did put together for them. Probably the most food they've seen in a while. And it still wasn't much. It still wasn't much. But it was something. It was something. While Don and Candace was out at a restaurant enjoying, a full course meal with plenty of drinks on the side. Had a big bar in the background, right? So, why weren't they sitting their asses at home along with them kids having a plate of Granny's Thanksgiving dinner? They too good to eat Grandma's Thanksgiving dinner? Were they too good to eat dinner at home with everyone else? That's what I'd like to know. That's what I'd like to know. We have questions, right? Law enforcement has questions. Don, Candace, Granny, they have questions. Why don't you tell us about that timeline, Grandma? Why don't you fill in from 2:30 to 6:30? Why don't you do it? Because you were there. You were there. We don't need Candace to fill in the timeline. You could fill that timeline in yourself, Grandma. You could fill it in yourself. You were right. You had to ask right there. Hearing, seeing, knowing everything. Nobody needed Candace. Grandma was there too. Grandma was there too, folks. Oh, Grandma, what big eyes you have. Better to see you with. Oh, Grandma, what big ears you have. Better to hear you with. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Grandma. I know one damn thing for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna film around this side. Now around this side. Now around this side. Now around this side.
I'm sure Grandma heard that. I'm sure Grandma heard that.
Summer went swimming that day at the horse stables, I believe it was. And then we come back and I went in my camper, and after we brought my groceries in for me, and
Oh, what is that from the back door? What is that from the back basement door? What is this? What is this, Granny? That's where you were sitting. That's where you were sitting, and your door, we know, goes all the way back and sticks to the trailer. So you had a clear bird's eye view all down in here. All down in here. You know, the big eyes, better to see you with. The big ears, oh, so good to hear you with, Granny. What is this? Oh, it's the door to your camper, looking straight down on the basement door that you claimed you couldn't see. How does that work?
the boys helped with that, and of course Summer.
And of course Summer. No, Granny. Candace said that nobody helped you. She said nobody helped you. She said you grabbed your stuff up like trench ball and ran into your camper with it, putting it away. That's what she told us.
I laid down and went to sleep, and I got up and I was sitting in my doorway, and we come out, and Candace asked me what I was doing. I said, well, we got to transplant these little cactuses into bigger pots.
And then we brought the crochet and put them down. And then Mom, she went and took her stuff to her house and put her stuff away.
Okay.
See, Mom took her stuff and went to her house and put her stuff away. Mom took her stuff, went to her house, and put her stuff away. See, Granny? No. No boys helped you. Summer did not help you. Of course, not Summer. Did not help you. Candace just told on you.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay.
Of course, me and Summer went over and put our stuff away. She's talking about she parked the car, Granny's car, over by Granny's. And they had to get their stuff over by Granny's out of her car and take it over and put it in their house. But they didn't help Granny at all. Granny helped herself.
You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff.
Okay.
Around the house like we normally do. And
Okay, Candace, what is normal stuff? What is normal stuff to you? What is normal stuff? I know it sure in the hell ain't cleaning up this yard. I know it ain't cleaning that damn house. What's normal stuff? What the hell do you do? What do you do?
come out, Mom was sitting there at the time. I come out and I'm standing here.
Okay.
I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, these plants, I gotta get them transplanted. I was like, what?
These plants, I gotta get them transplanted? No. Somebody tried to weed that one pot real quick, throw some rocks on it, and act like they were out there doing something. You can clearly tell no one was doing nothing.
Oh, Summer will help us. So I went back in. By that time, she was sitting on the floor.
What the hell is this? What is this? This looks like a scene off of Hoarders. This looks like a scene off of Hoarders. Oh heck no. This is stirring up my freaking my OCD is getting really bad right now.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with the toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped up, left her toys a mess.
Candace, it seems like Summer jumps up all the time. And you guys got home and she jumped right up. She jumped right up out of her sleep and was ready to rock and roll. She's in the house playing. She jumps right up and ready to rock and roll. Come on. What the hell? You got this thing about she just jumps right up. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Absolutely not. You're fabricating. You're fabricating.
That's good.
Yeah,
Then we
well,
walked
that's
over
what kids do. It's their job.
Oh, peekaboo. Grandma sees you, Candace. Grandma sees you. Granny's looking. Look at that. Look at that. Busted. Oh, somebody was down there, down there running around by that door. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not at all.
What?
Okay.
We walked over here and we transplanted these cactuses from the little pots that they were in. And transplanted these ones here into this bigger.
Okay, Candace, you guys don't throw away shit. We can look around and see you don't throw away nothing. Where's them little pots? Where are the little pots? Because I don't see no little pots anywhere. And I know y'all didn't pick them up. I know they would have been sitting on that freaking bucket right there. Or they'd have been sitting on the ground somewhere right here. Where's those little pots? Where they at? Show us the pots. Show us. No. Absolutely
Pot
not.
and that one in that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted.
Now she calls these rocks, gem mine rocks. No. Right here on your right are the kind of rocks she's talking about that you actually gather at places. This on the ones on the left are the ones that you gather places. The ones on the right is just freaking driveway gravel. It's driveway gravel. And, okay.
Candace and I
We're just plants. I gotta get them transplanted with the toys at that time.
It's their job.
This is from the little pots that they were in.
Right there, driveway gravel. This ain't no gem mine shit. This is driveway gravel, Candace. Oh.
And transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one.
that morning, she come Candace and I got up that morning. She come out and took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me, and we were afraid something was wrong with my knee. I have a knee replacement, and she was worried that there was something wrong with it. And she took me into the hospital, and I ended up getting a shot for it.
I personally don't care about you, when people, lady, look, if you didn't have anything to hide, you wouldn't have went in detail about what happened at the hospital. You say, I got up that morning, I needed to go to the hospital, and we went. We came out of the hospital and we went here, I needed some smokes. We stopped to get me some smokes. And then we went and dropped off the prescription, right? Then we went to Warriors Park and the horse pond where my granddaughter went swimming. Then we left from there and went to Sonic's and got something to drink. Then we went back over, picked up the prescriptions, went to a grocery store, dropped the young man off that was, tagging along with us, and proceeded to go home. You wouldn't need to go through all of this detail and this BS. If you didn't have something to hide. What you're trying to get is a pity party. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard, Granny. Big red flag.
To get rid of the pain. And they prescribed me medication to take to get the swelling down out of my knee and around my knee.
Ask me if I care. Ask me, Granny, if I care. I don't care about what they did. I really just don't give a shit. Do you care? Do you care what your granddaughter went through or is going through? Do you care? Huh? I bet it's a lot worse than what your fucking knee felt like, lady. And you want a pity party from us? Oh my gosh, this is really pissing me off.
Because it was inflamed. And then we waited around for my prescription. Summer went swimming that day at the horse stables, I believe it was.
Lady, you got a freaking puppy up there. You got a puppy up there trying to bark and protect people right now as you're speaking. And you're trying to tell us that 20 big ass dogs up there wasn't barking at all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And then we come back and I went in my camper, and after we brought my groceries in for me, and the boys helped with that, and of course Summer. And I laid down and went to sleep, and I got up and I was sitting in my doorway, and
look how aggressive that dog is. Look how aggressive that dog is with those people up there. Look at the noise that dog's making. And they're trying to convince us that somebody came up there and took a child. Hell no.
we come out and Candace asked me what I was doing. I said, well, we got to transplant these little cactuses into bigger pots. And we did that, and then Summer come in and had a piece of peppermint, which is her favorite, and then she went in, she said,
a piece of peppermint is her favorite. I know, lady. Why don't you stick a piece of peppermint out in one hand and a big old Hershey chocolate bar in the other and see which one would be her favorite? You don't know what her favorite is. You don't know because you never spent the time to get to know. Did you?
Mama, I want to go play with the boys. Candy walked her back to the house, and she asked the boys to keep an eye on her, and that's the last time
Oh, she asked the boys to keep an eye on her, and that's the last time I saw her. Blame it on the boys, right? Blame it on the boys. You're pathetic. You're as pathetic as your daughter and your son-in-law.
Tell me, when you first realized that Summer was missing, what was going through your mind, and what was it like here?
I'll answer that for her. Well, I'm personally hoping we don't get fucking caught. Right? That's what she was supposed to say, Granny, right? That's what you should have said. What's going through my mind? I hope we don't get caught. Right? That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
To be blunt, it was hell.
I bet it was. Having all them cops coming up there after committing some kind of crime like that, I bet it fucking was.
I mean, and I apologize, I'm blunt. As everybody knows, I have a missing daughter. She's been gone for 12 years. And all I could say is, oh God, not again. And I couldn't do nothing but cry. And we yelled for her, and we yelled for her, and yelled for her. And we could not find her. Candy was in hysterics. And we never did find her. She called 911, and she called Donnie, and we sent the boys down over the hill, and I stood in front of over by the edge there and watched them. And was praying to God every minute that nobody would take them.
Oh my gosh. We were praying that nobody would take them. Lady, if you felt that someone had took Summer, had abducted, took her away, then they wouldn't be there. You're not making sense. Make this make sense. If someone abducted your granddaughter, you said, I'm standing here hoping no one took them. Talking about the boys. Well, if you really believe someone took your granddaughter and ran out of there, then the boys would have been safe, right? I mean, they got her and gone. So who would be there to get the boys? Make that make sense. Could you please make that make sense? Now, if you thought that there was someone that got her and they were still in that general area right there, why would you send more children down there to be took? Why? What was these 3 little boys going to be able to do? What would 3 little boys be able to do against a grown person that is already, in your mind frame, snatched up a child? What would these 3 little children been able to do? You big adults were hiding up on the hill. Candace calling Donnie, jumping in the truck and leaving the property. You standing up there just looking on. Right? Looking on. What was protecting those kids? What was protecting them, Granny? What would they be able to do against a grown adult? Nothing. So why would you send them down there? What I'm saying is, if you felt that your granddaughter had been abducted, why did you not call law enforcement immediately? You're sitting there telling me that you already knew that someone had took your granddaughter, that there was a bad person who had already took this child. Why was you not on the phone with 911? Why were you talking to Donnie instead of law enforcement? Why was Candace talking to Donnie for almost 30 minutes before calling law enforcement? Where was you, Granny? Why wasn't you calling law enforcement while Candace was calling Donnie? Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. Grandma can call 911 every time Donnie gets out of control, right? She can call 911 every time Donald gets out of control and she feels they need law enforcement up there. But she can't, but this day she's going to stand up there and just look out into the wilderness and hope for the best. Like she said, I want you to make this make sense, Granny, because you just told this lady that you're standing there hoping that the boys didn't get abducted too. Now, that tells me that you're saying an abductor was up there and has already abducted one child. Why would you put 3 other ones in danger? Why was you not calling law enforcement? Make this make sense. Because it doesn't. It absolutely does not make no sense. Period. I mean, this is a bullshit, this is a made up bullshit story if I've ever had, ever heard one. And this lady right here expects us to believe it? Really? She's not good at this. She's not good at this at all. Not at all. I could see you sending the boys down there if you thought Summer had wandered off. If you thought that Summer might have got out and wandered off, I could see you sending the boys to look. Because the last thing on your mind is a bad person being out there. But you said in your mind this bad person was already there. Why was you not calling 911 and then keeping the boys safe, keeping them in the house so nothing would hurt or happen to them? Right? I mean, I think it would go kind of like this, Granny. Well, we thought she might have wandered off, so we was looking for her. And after a while, we couldn't find her and everything, the worst started coming to my mind. The one thing I was hoping I wouldn't have to ever think about. That's pretty much the way it should have went. But see, in your mind, it didn't. Because I truly believe you already knew what happened. And that's why, you're not acting like the normal person that would go through the normal thing like that, because that isn't what happened. And you didn't know how to, construct it as if it did. So, if you felt that someone, a bad person, had took her, then what you should have said is, my daughter went out, she's looked everywhere, the child's not answering. We believe that somebody may have took her. I kept the boys in the house and watching over them while my daughter was trying to figure out exactly what went down and what happened. I mean, if you immediately suspect, an abductor, then you're not going to let the boys go out and end up disappeared as well. Right? You're not going to do that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And there was no sign of her.
Do you believe that someone took Summer, or do you believe that she wandered off? What do you believe happened?
I believe somebody took her. I know people say it doesn't happen, but it does happen. It happens in small towns. It happens in big towns. It happens in the country.
It happens in small towns. It happens in big towns. It happens in the country. Granny, it don't happen on Ben Hill Road. Everybody knows that. That's bullshit. It don't happen where it don't happen in a place that nobody knows somebody even is. You went down through there, and the only thing you'd be thinking out of when you turn on Ben Hill Road, the only thing you think of is getting the hell out of there. What the hell is this? That's how creepy it is.
And I believe somebody took her.
Do you have an attorney yourself?
No, ma'am. He can call me anytime. He can pull up in this yard and knock on my door and ask me any questions he wants to ask me.
How often are you in contact with law enforcement, whether it be Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, TBI, even FBI?
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Grandma. Law enforcement don't need you. You needed law enforcement. If you truly had a missing granddaughter, you would need them. They don't need you. You should be calling them. They shouldn't be calling you. Now, if you got something to hide, I guess they need to be calling you. They need to be coming to you instead of you going to them. And it seems like you got something to hide because you're making them come to you instead of you going to them. You know, it's like God. God don't need you. You need God. Law enforcement does not need you. You need them. It just is what it is.
They have not contacted me since the YouTubers were down here in the driveway. And we asked them about trespassing.
And going off of that, are you how?
Oh, they were down there, and you had an opportunity to inquire upon your granddaughter's case and to see if they've got anything new or any leads or anything like the normal people would be asking if truly someone had disappeared. But you want to talk about YouTubers. Okay. Okay.
How often is Candace in contact, or anybody in contact with the agents working Summer's case?
I can't speak for Candace. In the beginning, they were here off and on all the time. But now I haven't heard from them. I told TBI I left. I went to the sheriff's department and talked to Ron Lawson. And told him, you've got my phone number. Anything comes up, just call me, let me know. And they've never...
Did you hear that, Ronnie? You got her phone number. Anything comes up, call her and let her know. You know, she ain't gonna bother calling you for damn sure. Right? It's her granddaughter, but she ain't gonna bother calling you for damn sure. And to find out, you know, where this is all going. She's not gonna call you to say, hey, you need to be working diligently in solving this case. You need to be doing your job. This is what taxpayers and what we pay you to do. Sir, my granddaughter really needs to be found. I'm not asking you, I'm begging you to help find her, figure out what happened, bring her home. Because no one can rest until we know the truth. But you ain't doing none of that, right, Granny? You ain't doing none of that.
Called me or anything, and I don't know the rights in Tennessee with the grandchildren. I don't know. But if they can't get a hold of Candy, they could always call me. I left
5 minutes, Grandma. 5 minutes on 5 minutes on Google, and you could know everything about any issue you want to find out information upon. 5 minutes on Google. That's it. You want to know what your rights are in Tennessee as a grandparent? 5 minutes on Google, you know everything. You don't want to know because you really don't give a shit. You wasn't a real parent, and you're not a grandparent either. It's a damn shame. You know, first time, Granny, they said first time, you know, shame on you. The second time, shame on me. So, you know, the shame's on you now, Grandma. You had 2 chances. You had your first kids to make it right with. You didn't. Okay, you screwed up. But you had grandkids to make it right with. And you failed a second time. Fucking unbelievable.
because I had a medical appointment It was my yearly medical appointment, which is coming up again.
Like we give a shit.
And so I can get my prescriptions renewed. And that's the only way I can get them renewed is by seeing my doctor. And then I also go to the missing
Oh yeah, I'm sure she needs all that pain medication.
in Wisconsin, which is in April, which is coming up real soon. So, and I spend some time with my sister. And if people think that's wrong of me, then I guess that's what they'll have to think. Stop the rumors, stop the lies.
And that's what we're saying. Why don't you? Why don't you stop the rumors? Why don't you stop the lies? You know, you wouldn't even told that lady that you'd laid your ass down for a nap if you hadn't already got busted getting a crush on a creator and telling them first, who then brought it out here, and you failed to tell law enforcement about it. Oh, and that got you called back to Tennessee, didn't it, Granny? That got you called back to Tennessee, especially when Donald said, yep, I'm telling you, I truly believe that was her, and that, yes, it wasn't nobody else, it was her. You know, Granny, between that and Don's mouth, you got called back to Tennessee. Re-questioned, didn't you? Didn't like it either.
You know, people go on YouTube. If they want to help, that's great. But if they want to spread lies, that's a different story. Because that's all they're doing now is spreading lies. They're reaching and trying to figure out what lie can we spread now. And I'm tired of it.
I know you're telling us a lot more about you, Dawn, and Candace than you'll ever tell us about us. That's what you guys have been doing. What can we do now? What can we do next? What can we do? What can we do? That's what you've been doing the whole time. What can we do?
That's why I come on camera. Because I am sick and tired of the lies, of the YouTubers lying.
And your YouTubers are sick of you guys lying. So you know what? Why don't you come out and tell the truth? Why don't you? Why don't you stop and do what it takes to bring your little granddaughter home? Why don't you do that? That'd be a beautiful Christmas present. But I'm sure you ain't going to give it to her.
About my daughter, about my granddaughter, about me. And they just don't understand.
The family still cooperating? I know you said, obviously no Dawn's there, but like the mother and all those other people, are they still cooperating?
No, they're not cooperating right now. They have attorneys.
Is there anything else on that front you wanted to say or speak about?
Not right now. And they're just so much on social media and called into my office and TV I find that it's not even relevant to the case, and the rumor mills, and it hinders it because sometimes we have to stop the wheels to check into something that's not even close to it. And I assure you that we have to give 100% effort.
He said not even close to it. Not even close to it. I'm going to tell you something. That's good news right there. Because they, like he said, not even close to it. They already know. They already know. They've been able to put together what went down on 110 Ben Hill Road. I said not even close to it. So I'm going to tell you what, they got leads that definitely has led them to something super solid. So, you know, if I was Dawn, Candace, and Grandis, I'd be very much worried, because I know they wanted to stabilize some other things, before they moved forward on all of this. And I think those other things are pretty much been wrapped up, and it's not going to be good for them from here out. Trust and believe that. Hey, Miss Piggy, how you doing? Became a YouTube member. Yes. God bless. God bless. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Miss Piggy. Absolutely, Molly. I appreciate you putting it up. Let Miss Piggy know how much we love her. Absolutely. God bless. Absolutely. Hawkins County ain't gonna let Don Candace and Grandis make a fool out of them. Hell no. Like Ronnie said, he promised he's gonna solve this case, and so did Pruitt. He said this one ain't running cold. They're gonna solve it, and I truly believe they are. I really do. With God's help, I truly believe they will. Absolutely. Yes. I don't believe that Southern gal. I think Ronnie has done a great job in all of this. I think he dropped the ball a little bit at the beginning, but I think they've recovered from all of that. And I think that, and I truly believe that they needed to get other things out of the way before they could proceed forward with the real deal. And I think that's where we're at now. I think right here is is the point where we're now. Summer's case will be getting a lot of one-on-one attention and things put together diligently, and I truly believe there will be a prosecution coming in the short future. So that's what I believe. That's my opinion. That's what I believe. You are entitled to your beliefs as well. That will be respected. This is America. We agree to disagree, hug it out at the end of the night. But, I think law enforcement, nobody wants to give law enforcement the credit that they deserve anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why. This has became a really, really disrespectful and hateful world. And I'm sorry to see that happening. I'm sorry to see all of that happening around me. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. Revelations is coming, it's coming to pass. And the only thing people can really do, and that's all I keep telling you, the only thing you can really do is please get your house in order. Please be ready. Please be ready when the Lord comes. Don't be looking down. Start looking up. That's the most I can say. Yeah, they got Candace to talk and Candace to write. Candace wrote him a letter. Did you guys see that letter? That was funny. Yeah, exactly, SL. If there is not solid direct evidence, it does take a while. It does. But sometimes you have to, there's a lot goes along with all of this. I don't think people realize all the paperwork and there's a lot of work that goes into this, and I think, I think we could all relate. We can all relate to what law enforcement's going through, because we've been out here being put through hell by the wells also, right? We've been out here, we've been out here enduring exactly what law enforcement's enduring. We've been out here dealing with exactly what law enforcement's dealing with. So I think we could have some compassion for him, right? We could have some compassion, definitely. The only difference between us and law enforcement is Don and Candace don't mind talking to us because they can bullshit us all they want. They don't want to talk to law enforcement, because if they tell law enforcement the lies like they tell us, that would put them in prison. What I'm saying is, um, when you can do, it's not against the law to lie to us, but it is against the law to lie to law enforcement. That's the difference. Listen, you guys, I kept you long enough. I see a lot of people heading out, heading to bed, and I don't blame you. Tomorrow is Monday, right? It's Monday. Monday. Most people do not like Mondays. I like any day God gives me. I appreciate Monday just as much as I do any other day of the week, and I'm thankful that God is blessing us with Monday. It's the start of a beautiful week, and once we get through it, the week is gone. So let us have respect for Monday, because Mondays last forever. They last forever. So you know what? Let's enjoy that foreverness, because once we hit Tuesday, it's already Friday going on Saturday again. And we ask, where did the time go? But Mondays go real slow. So let us enjoy them. Let us enjoy that extra life, right? Let us enjoy that extra life and living. Because nothing else seems to go as slow as Mondays. All right. With that being said, I'm going to head out of here. Yeah, we're going to dance on out of here, Granny. We're going to dance on out of here with Granny. Come on, break it down for us, Grandma. Break it down. Come on. Oh, yeah. That's where Granny be kicking and getting it off the hill, right? That's where every time she sees Ronnie, she busts this move. See that move right there? She busts that move. Come on, let me run. Feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail. Come on, she gotta work that knee up. Work the knee. Yeah, see there, she working the knees. She need to get off that heel. She wants to make sure that knee bends so she can hide. Make sure that knee bends so you can hide, right, Grandma? That's what she does. Giving that knee a workout. All right, you guys. Remember, we took back Granny's Christmas present, right? We took back her Christmas present. Picture of her new camper. We take it back. She don't get it. She don't even get a picture. She don't even get a picture this year, let alone anything else. Nope. I talked to Santa Claus. I said, you gonna leave that lady a lump of coal? He said, are you kidding me? She would try to utilize it. Hell no. All right. I was like, a hell no. She ain't even getting a lump of coal. It is what it is. Listen, as I ask every night before I head out of here, please, please, please pray for Summer. Keep those prayers going up for this little girl from our From our lips to God's ears, let's send those prayers up for this baby. You can tell I'm tired. I am tired. I've had a long day today, but I don't have so long of a day that I can't stop long enough and ask for each and every one of you to pray for Summer. I know I'm praying. I know I pray all the time that this little girl will be found and brought home and justice served. I know that I pray all the time that God lets us know the truth of what happened on June 15th, 2021. I know I pray and let God know I just have a need to know that this little girl, whether she be with us or not, is going to be okay. So before you go to sleep tonight, please clap your hands together, bow your head, and say a prayer for this baby. From your lips to God's ears through his Son, Jesus Christ. And know whatever you pray, God will answer. Know that he will answer. And pray for one another. Pray for one another. And know that PG's praying for you. I don't know what everybody needs. I don't know what everybody wants. But I sure do pray that God answers all of our prayers in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Listen, everybody. God bless. Much love. Good night. Let us see the Purple Hearts going up for Summer as we go out of here tonight and play her song. I appreciate it. God bless.